On any given day, residents of China could be forced to stay in their homes if coronavirus cases flare up in their communities. More than 70 Chinese cities have been placed under full or partial lockdown since late last month, as authorities in Beijing stick to their zero-COVID policy. CNA's Lo Min speaks to some Singaporeans in China to find out how they are coping with all these curbs.
Local authorities are rushing to stamp out COVID-19 infections at all costs as the country gears up to hold the twice-a-decade 20th National Communist Party Congress in the middle of next month, when President Xi Jinping is expected to seek an unprecedented third term in power. In Sichuan province, another county has gone into lockdown. This a day after the capital Chengdu extended its ongoing lockdown by 3 days. In Shanghai, parts of the city are once again conducting 2 additional rounds of mass COVID testing this week. Many Singaporeans I spoke to say they are very much prepared for these snap lockdowns, which are becoming increasingly frequent as the Omicron variant spreads faster, and the government insists that zero COVID saves lives. But for now, lives are temporarily put on hold as residents adapt to the new normal. In the southern metropolis Shenzhen, a technological powerhouse, most residents are just coming out of a weekend lockdown after infections showed signs of stabilizing, though a negative COVID-19 test result within 24 hours is still required to enter most public areas.
We got the message on Thursday last week at about 4 p.m. that at 6 p.m. there will be a lockdown. Fortunately, we've done our groceries, so we were not panicking. But out of curiosity, we went down to our neighborhood supermarket, and there was massive panic. Fresh produce like meats and vegetables were just grabbed off, so lots of empty shelves. And people just scrambling, which was quite scary.
For this Singaporean, the on and off lockdowns have become a new normal, so she had kept her pantry well stocked.
I have been living in Shenzhen since the very, very start of the pandemic. I never left, so we have seen this come and go, and we have been living life like this is, you make the best of it, okay? If there is lockdown, there is lockdown. So it's like a resignation to it all.
But frustration is mounting, not just among Singaporeans, as there have been no signs of an exit strategy for China's COVID-19 policies.
The laptop that we bought online could not be delivered because it was obviously locked down, so warehouse could not send out the goods, and of course the seller called us, and now we are forced to use a small phone for my kids' online classes, which is not that effective.
Mr. Lim, a Singaporean, has been living in China for 20 years. This week, his son has had to start his primary school classes online.
Our primary one experiences, it's a very exciting time for a young kid, right? To be able to go to a school, to meet new friends, shake hands, get to know each other. The biggest challenge is, other than the reception not being stable, so you get all these kids, just chit-chatting or just screaming out, what's this? Where's the teacher? Because they don't know how to swipe the screen.
Mr. Xi had said that COVID-0 remains the most economic and effective policy for China. And as the party congress nears, experts say that more cities could come under partial or full lockdowns in the coming weeks.
Until the situation is more clear in a sense that we can move freely in and out of China, I will not be moving, because we have in the past 2 years seen families broken up because they would leave China and find out that they cannot return.
But some are also looking forward to the Congress, as they think there's a likelihood that China could relax its harsh COVID-19 policies after Mr. Xi secures his third term in power. Lo Min, CNA, Shanghai.